Who would have ever thought that poker and blackjack would result in college education costs being cut in half? Learn how from City Councilman John Linder.
I can give you in terms of table games and money and the DCCC sponsorship. First of all, what has happened over the years when Chester had an opportunity to be a sponsoring school district, all of those districts got together and they took some of the tax money and they put together, and people from those districts only had to pay half the tuition price. Over the years, Chester never entered into that agreement with them, so as a result, everyone from Chester who goes to the community college has to pay full tuition. This year, or actually a couple of years ago, when the table games were first mentioned, when Harrah was built, the first set of money that came out of there went towards the city for municipal usage. So we, as a result, we got about $10 million, $11 million for city usage going into the city fund. Now, table games came, so there's some additional revenues that are available, and we had to craft an agreement with, the city had to craft an agreement with Harrah to get a certain percentage of the funds that come from Harrah, specifically from the table games, to go toward education. In addition, the city is not the sponsoring entity, actually the school district is. And I know it seems complicated, but they tax, they're two separate entities. So in order for the citizens of Chester to be able to participate in Delaware County Community College, the school district and the city had the partnership. So the money will be going from Harrah to the city, to the school district, with some state supplement money to help out with the sponsorship. And my understanding is that we're going to have to pay about $4 million retroactive, which means we're going to have $4 million check ready to give to Delaware County Community College sponsoring districts so that we can enter into the same agreement with the other 11 sponsoring school districts. And everyone from Chester who goes to the community college from that point will only have to pay half tuition.
Two questions.
Yes.
When will the first student get the discount tuition?
Well,
what's the timetable?
The timetable, it could be as close as this fall. It hinges on the revenues that are coming from Harrah. So it may not be this fall because they're still working on, they don't have all of that finished. So this fall, next spring, spring of 2011, it's not too far in the future, but the revenues have to come from Harrah. Now it's possible that the city, once the agreement is crafted and it's due, it's possible the city can get additional funds to go ahead and get the sponsorship through, knowing that the monies are going to come through and that the community college will then start to allow students to come through because there's some money that they've gotten toward that. So it's just something, it's paperwork and revenue now at this point, but the agreement is done, basically.
How many Chester residents go to Delaware County Community now? Do you have any idea?
Approximately around 100. It's been increasing over the years anyway, and Delaware County Community Colleges start to become a first option versus a second or third or last option, which makes very much sense. If students come to Delaware County Community College and take courses and finish a degree there, they can transfer that degree all over the country because they have what is called articulation agreements with community college, four-year colleges and universities all over the country. They can go anywhere here. We have agreements with Temple, Westchester, Drexel now, engineering, nursing, psychology, social science, business programs, technology programs, computer science and technology. So if they come and get a 2-year degree at half or an eighth of the cost of what it would cost them to go to a 4-year university, and they do well at the community college, they not only can transfer all of those credits in, but they can also get additional monies to help them. So they can essentially end up going to a 4-year college free if they do well at the community college, and they can do well because the community college wants them to come, and they're more sensitive to the needs of the students. And I think once that happens, we must really work hard to encourage all of our citizens who are academically minded to pursue courses at the community college. The community college also has technical courses. You don't have to go to get a plan with a plan on transferring, but we have technical, vocational type of courses, HVAC, heating, air conditioning, ventilation. We have certificates in that. We have certificates in electrical, construction, certificates in mechanics. So there's a green, we're starting to get the green jobs and so forth, get training for that. So DCCC, and I'm hoping that I can get our president to put some resources in Chester, have a center in Chester that will work as a transfer center to get people out. We used to have one, and I was the director of that center, so I know it can work.
So do you anticipate that with the lower tuition, there will be a slight increase, moderate increase, huge increase of Chester people?
I'm hoping for a significant increase, and it will be modest at minimum. I mean, people got to get the word of how to use it, and that's what our job is. And I'm enthusiastic about it because we had it here before. It worked. We looked at some of the data we had for the 12th graders who took advantage of the program from 95 through 97, and 90% of those students from both of those years went to college and finished because they had taken courses at the community college, transferred them to a four-year college or university, and they were done. In other words, they didn't go dependent upon their SATs and to use a prediction of whether they were capable of finishing. They went with credits in their hand saying, here's what we've already done in 12th grade. We got 3, 6, 9, 12 credits. And those colleges had to respect that, and they felt better when they went there. As a result, they didn't have to drop out to try to compensate and so forth, and they finished and they got degrees. Dre Clark, Channel 3 anchor, he's one of our graduates. Started in 12th grade, he took courses at the community college, graduated, transferred them, and end of story.
All right, go ahead.
Just to clarify how the money from Harrah's will come, the money has to be a partnership between the city, Chester-Upland School District, and Delaware County Community College, and the state. Now the state will send the money, the revenues back down through the Chester-Upland School District, because the school district is really the entity that's sponsoring this. So our students from Chester High and the city of Chester will get an advantage that they haven't had before. First consideration in programs like nursing programs, things like that. Also, the community college will be more ready to come down into the high school and provide resources while students are still in the 10th, 11th, 12th grade, which is a great advantage to them because they get exposure that they wouldn't ordinarily get. So the school district is going to benefit directly from this, not indirectly. It's just that the money from the casinos, since Chester is housing the casinos and already has an agreement, is coming to the city, some being earmarked to Chester-Upland School District, some from the state being earmarked at Chester-Upland School District, and then as a result going out to our citizens. So Chester-Upland School District will have direct benefit from this sponsorship.